Hey guys, so I just wanted to hop on here really quickly and show y'all how you are able to go ahead and create both a kiss cut and a full cut on one project or one document for the Heat Press Nation Evo cutter. A lot of us have projects that have multiple cuts that are at different forces and different speeds, and so I just wanted to hop on here and show y'all how I actually proceed with doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and open a new document here. And the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the size of the document itself. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to letter. And I have my stickers on a second screen over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and import my stickers here. And just give me one moment while I do that. And then I'm going to resize each sticker. I think I'm going to resize them to 2.2. I'm not too sure what happened with that one. Let me go ahead and bring it in again. Okay. Okay, there it is. So I'm going to resize it to the same size as the other stickers. Okay, and so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to align them all. I'm going to place them a little bit closer to each other. And then I'm going to grab them all. And I'm going to come up here to where it says arrange. And then I'm going to go down to where it says align and distribute. And I'm actually go ahead and align to the top. And then I'm also going to go back to the arrange and align and distribute. And I'm going to distribute evenly horizontally right here. Okay, you can also do this if you go into the tools option right here, and then you go ahead and select align tool, and then it will bring it up on the right hand side. See? But I like to do it the other way. So now that we have all that established, we're going to go ahead and keep this highlighted and come up here to the contour cut. And it does let you know that images are detected and you want to include auto trace. You do want to go ahead and select yes. Now, you always want to use the image mask, because here you can see, you know how I do have one white, see how I took off the use image mask? If I turn it back on, it will go ahead and cut them as circles. But if I do not use the image mask, because this actual sticker is white, it will only cut out the actual font and design, and that's not what I want. So I am going to use the image mask, and the blue is what it's in a cut around, and the red is what's left behind, right? So I am going to go ahead and trace it here. And now that it's traced, I'm going to apply. And right here in apply, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for y'all. And I'm going to bring it to the white one because that's the one that can be seen a bit more. And so I'm just zooming in. And this you don't have to do, but I just do it for myself because I like it. So I'm going to come in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the outline. So it means that it's going to go in on the sticker, you see? So I purposely make my sticker, my round sticker background larger than what I need it, because I want to give my plotter the room in case it makes mistakes or whatnot, if it kind of cuts a little bit like off the edges. So I usually go ahead and do it at -2 of the outline, and that looks great to me. So I'm going to go ahead and accept it right there. And that's the line that will be cut. Okay, so I'm just going to accept, and now if we zoom in right here, you'll be able to see that now the blue line is there for the actual cutting of the stickers. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out. And so that is one cut. The blue cut is one cut. And now I'm going to bring in an actual shape. I'm going to bring it in a square from over here on the left-hand side. If you see this little toolbox right here, it says square rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this. And I'm going to draw one out. And then I'm going to change it to the pointer. And I'm going to unlock the lock up here on the shape. And I'm going to make it 2.4. And I'm also going to make the bottom 2.4. And then I'm going to lock it. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually, let me go back a little bit, guys. Let me come and highlight all of this real quick. And I'm going to group it because the cut and the sticker is not grouped. So let me go ahead and group it. What I do is I just right click after I select it, and I select group. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is grab this box, and I'm going to make it a different color so that it stands out against all the stickers back there. And then I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm going to copy and paste and then paste. So there's 2 of them now. So I'm going to grab one over here, and I'm going to grab the other one right here. I apologize, guys. I'm actually going to backtrack a little bit, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I believe the way I'm about to show you how to go ahead and create the cut lines for both the kiss cut and the contour cutting is going to be a bit simpler for y'all to achieve as to what I was showing you previous. So go ahead and take the notes from here as to how to create the contour cut around the circle stickers, and then also the square cuts for completely removing the backing. Okay, thank you. Okay guys, so I'm back. So what I did is I went ahead and this rectangle back here is actually 3 individual squares that are behind each sticker, and what I did is I aligned them and I centered them both vertically and horizontally. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we are actually going to select only the stickers themselves, and we're going to come up here to the create contour, and we want to go ahead and press yes. We are going to go ahead and use the mask, and we're going to trace. So now that is the actual contour cut, and it still kept my settings from earlier. Okay, so the -2 so that it's cutting into the actual sticker. So I'm going to go ahead and accept, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the boxes only. I apologize, I'm having to do a voiceover because during editing, for some odd reason, my computer didn't pick up this part of the recording. So what I'm doing right here is I'm actually selecting each individual square that is behind the stickers, and I'm going to the blade tool on the right hand side, and I'm selecting the option fold cut, and now it's making it into a different cut. And what I'm doing now is highlighting everything and grouping it. And so now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate, and I'm going to paste throughout the rest of the page until I'm satisfied with what I want on there. So now that I have gone ahead and duplicated the actual stickers to my liking, I'm going to grab everything once again so that I can go ahead and clean it up a bit. So here I am zooming in and out, and I'm grabbing everything now, and I'm going to go back up to the arrange and align and distribute, and I'm going to align, or I'm going to select the option space align vertically. And now here, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing everything so that I could bring it more into like the center of the page, just so that I make sure that the registration marks will be cleared from it. And so now that it's pretty much centered, I'm just zooming in so that you can see the red lines and the blue lines. So the blue lines are the kiss cuts, the red lines are going to be the full cuts. So now what I'm going to proceed to do is do a bit of test cuts off the camera, and I more than likely will bring y'all along with that process. And then once I've done a few test cuts, I'm going to go ahead and come back here to the computer and then navigate back to the plotter to show y'all the test cuts. The process now with the plotter, and I apologize in advance if you hear my dogs. I do have a toy Yorkie and a Siberian Husky, and the Siberian Husky gets pretty wild up sometimes. But this is what I do because sometimes the materials are either too big or too small for what we're needing them for. So I actually have a 12 by 12 I guess like a laminate sheet. I think it's Oracle is what I have, but it's just clear, and that's what I'm going to use to seal the ink in on the stickers. So how I go ahead and proceed with cutting it is I just simply create a new document here. And when I get the document, what I do is I size it to 12 by 12, since that's the length and width of the actual adhesive paper, let's say it that way. And what I do is I just bring in a rectangle. So over here on the shape, the square rectangle, I'm going to make it just whatever size. And then I'm going to click on the pointer, and then I'm just going to resize it till equal. So what is it, 8 by 5 by 11, if I'm not mistaken? I'm going to unlock it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it here. And I'm just going to go ahead and send it to the cutter. I'm going to pause it really quickly, guys. I know it just came up right now, but I'm going to jump back to my recording of the plotter so that I can do a test cut before I proceed with cutting here. So I'm just going to pause. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and record this as well. I've already run a couple of test cuts. What I did is I got the exact sticker paper and I went ahead and I covered it with the Oracle clear vinyl or adhesive. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to proceed with doing more test cuts because these ones seem to be going through too deep. So you just hit the pause button to move the actual plotter, and y'all could do this without the actual mat. I just prefer the mat just because this is thin material. So it's just preference. So just keep that in mind. And then you want to go ahead and start the origin by hitting the middle button. And so right now I have the speed at 358 and the force at 333. So I'm going to change the force, and the force are the right and the left buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and decrease the force possibly to, it's 333 right now, so let's do 315, and then we're going to go ahead and press test. Okay, and so what I do is I come right here and I see, so it did cut it, but oh, that one doesn't seem to have, okay, it looks like that's the actual setting that we'll have to keep it at because it didn't cut through the yellow. Okay, so this is what we'll set this material at. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Gonna hit pause and I'm gonna extend this all the way out, or you can just lift the lever back here and you can go ahead and proceed with taking it out that way. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just flipping it. Okay guys, so I'm back on the computer and I'm gonna go ahead and proceed with cutting since I've already done the test cuts. Okay guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and just lift the lever and take it out, put the lever back down, and move it all back to the table. Hopefully y'all can see right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this off of the mat. And then I'm going to place the covering back on it. I don't know if y'all can see this, if this is even in frame, but okay. And so this is the actual paper that I'm going to use, but I'm going to go ahead and go back to the computer to do the print and cut, and then we'll come back and view this. Okay guys, so we're back to the sticker sheet. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and send this to the printer, select everything. And we are going to go into the contour cut wizard. And right here at the very bottom, do you see where it says page marks? That's what you want to go ahead and select. So now you can see that everything is inside the actual dimensions. Okay guys, so editing me, jumping in here really quickly, I did want to show y'all something because I did see something in my footage that I don't normally do, and I just want to point out how it might be more beneficial to do it this way than the way you saw me do it in the original footage. So once you actually go ahead and open a new project and you've set your page dimensions, the first thing you want to do, if it's for print and cut, is you want to go ahead and come up here to the Apple icon, which is the contour cut wizard, and you want to select the contour cut wizard. And once you do that, then what you want to do is automatically place the page marks. So you want to go ahead and have that highlighted, and then you just want to go ahead and press OK. So that way your page automatically has the marks that you're able to go ahead and proceed with placing your designs in for the cutting purposes. So I do have the, this is my laser printer. Since this is just a test, I'm going to do it with my laser printer. And everything is set properly here already, but you always do want to go ahead and check the properties to make sure that everything is set up with your printer correctly. So I'm just going to push OK. And then I'm going to select over here in the print options. This is what's important, guys, because you want to go ahead and proceed with putting the actual cuts in this area. So I always want the blue cut to cut first, since that is the kiss cut. That's the cut that's not going to go all the way through the actual, how would you say it? All the way through the paper, right? So we're going to put that one. And once we go in there, we're going to select edit. And from here, we're going to leave it on the default. Now, remember, we already set the actual default settings on the plotter itself, so that is fine. So we're going to put apply. Now, for the red one, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to hit edit, and this is the one that it needs to go all the way through, the cut to go all the way through. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the multi-cut, and I usually do 3 or 4. I'm going to put 4. In this instance, I think that might be too hard, but we're going to go ahead and go with it, and we're going to do apply. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and print the actual sheet. It says my printer's offline, but I'm going to go take it out of sleep mode right now. And once the sheet prints, then we'll come back and I'll show you how it actually looks on the, or how you have to put it together. So give me one moment, guys. Okay, guys, so the printer finally decided to print the actual sheet. So you can see like the registration marks here so that the plotter knows how to pick it up and read it. So I'm just going to show you how I actually go ahead and put the clear coating over it. Okay guys, so this is obviously not going to be perfect, but it's just so that you get the gist of how you're able to go ahead and proceed with making multiple cuts with one go with the plotter. Now right here I've already gone ahead and peeled back the adhesive because that's usually a tricky part for me, and I do go ahead and place a flat surface underneath because it's a folding table. So that's why I have the UPS box down there. And what I'm doing here is I'm getting the squeegee, and then I'm just going to go ahead and proceed with pulling all of the adhesive all the way down the sticker sheet. And this is so that you're able to keep the inks and the colors vibrant on the actual stickers themselves. So this, of course, is not going to be perfect, guys, and I think there's like a few bubbles that were in there, but now it's finally all the way off. And I really don't like using the hard side because I don't want to damage the actual film, but here it is. Stickers, and they have matte as well. Well, I don't think Oracle has matte, but I printed this with a laser printer again, guys, so just for test purposes. And it's not perfect, but I'm going to go ahead and place this on the mat, and then we'll go ahead and feed it through the plotter with the settings that I set up on the computer. And I may actually go ahead and just double check the settings that I have on the computer so that we can go ahead and proceed with cutting this, okay? So I'll be back, guys. Okay, guys, so now that it has gone ahead and printed, and I went ahead and I showed you all the test cuts, we're going to go ahead and send it to cut. So once we go ahead and proceed with sending to cut, it's going to go ahead and tell us how to place it in the plotter itself. Okay, so exactly the way that it's positioned like this is the way you need to place it in the actual plotter. You don't have to use a mat. I just prefer to use a mat. So we're going to go ahead and put it in so that it could read the registration marks, and I'm going to pause it from here and jump to the other camera. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and load the actual sticker sheet in exactly the way it states to on the computer there. And I'm going to go ahead and put this back down. I'm going to hit the pause to adjust where it is, and you want to actually place this inside the actual marks right there. Okay, so I gave it a starting point, and now I'm going back to the computer, guys, so give me a moment. Okay, guys, so I'm back at the computer, and I'm going to go ahead and press next since I was able to go ahead and place the sheet in the plotter. So what it's doing now is it's detecting the marks. Okay, and since it detected the marks, we're going to go ahead and press this button so that it can proceed with cutting. And we are going to press yes. And as you can see, it is printing the blue cuts first, so it's printing the inside circles, or I'm sorry guys, cutting the inside circles. And now it's going to go back and it's going to cut the squares. Remember, we set it up to do it 4 times. So it's doing it 4 times around each one. This is to make sure that it cuts completely through all the paper. I think 4 was excessive, but we just want to make sure. Guys, I'm going to speed up the rest of it just so that you don't have to watch the whole process, and then I'll show you what the end results look like. Okay guys, give me a minute to take it out of the machine. Okay, and I'm going to move you out to the table to see the end results. Okay guys, so there's a bit of a mess here, but I just want to show you. So if we go ahead and proceed with taking this off, and then I should have got my spatula, but let me show you. Let me pause it real quick so that I could grab my spatula. Okay guys, I'm back. So here's the spatula, and I'm just gonna lift the actual stickers, and you can see that they're coming off one by one. I might speed this up for y'all. Oops, I grabbed that one underneath the actual. Yeah, I think I'm going to speed this up for y'all so y'all don't have to watch all of this. That seems to have torn the back. But I'm going to go ahead and leave those ones on. But I do want to show you that it does do what. But I do. Guys, my battery is on low battery and I didn't even realize it. But I was showing y'all how I proceeded with taking off the stickers right here. I hope it recorded the plotting. I'm pretty sure it was recording it. But I just used the spatula to take them off. But I do want to show you that it does do the kiss cut. Now, as you can see, it cut around all this you saw on the plotter. And you see right here. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I'm going to be able to hold this. Let me see if I can put it back up and if it will take 1 minute, guys. Okay, hopefully it doesn't go back into low battery mode. And so now you can see that it cut through for the sticker. So it has the kiss cut and the full cut. The kiss cut and the full cut, guys. See? So kiss cut, full cut. And this is why I always make extra around the sticker because I want it to cut like the full sticker. So hope y'all enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks.